Hand to Mouth by Tirado. Chapter 10. An Open Letter to Rich People. Dear rich people, I know that nobody understands you. I want to help. I have, for all my faults, always been rather compassionate to people who are in real pain. I know that you understand what I mean when I say that sometimes I feel so unappreciated that I just can't be bothered to care. See? There. I feel your pain. So, to make it easier, I have some observations, some advice, because if there's anything a poor person knows about, it's how to survive in this fucked up world. And seriously, you people are doing it wrong. Part 1. Work. What is it with you people in your meetings? I've been allowed to sit in on a few of them recently. I don't know how you stand them. Suddenly, the insane rules you people make us live with seem inevitable. See? Until I started sitting in on the meetings, I couldn't see a single reason for programs that had contradictory rules or relief programs that were practically inhumane in their lack of realism. Now I realize it's because every meeting results in nobody having a clue what they've actually done. They've been devoting only 10% of their brain to the meeting itself, the remainder being occupied with fantasies of mayhem and whatever song they last heard. Here are my observations from one such meeting. Bullet. I had been fired from all my regular jobs. I'd have been fired from all my regular jobs if I made my bosses repeat themselves this much. Bullet. We have been over this so many times already. Bullet. If time is money, how does this world function? Bullet. Holy balls, the flattery. Bullet. So many people are not paying attention right now. Bullet. Why are they reading the handouts to us? I think everyone here can read. Bullet. Is it possible that there's actually no point to this meeting? I'm not kidding, rich people. You can email me for a copy of the notes. I've just been sitting through meetings wondering when the work would get done. What I have discovered is this. In every one of them, someone opens by talking about how we want to be respectful of everyone's time and right to speak, along with a plea to keep comments short. Then everyone sort of tunes out while the agenda is being read. Some talking is done by whoever is running things, mostly follow-up from the last meeting. Then the fun begins. Someone will rise, bring up a good point. Someone else will clarify. A third will ask a relevant question. And then, and here's the part that gets me every time, someone will ask a question that makes it perfectly clear that they weren't paying the slightest bit of attention during the last 10 minutes or so, and nobody calls them out for it. As long as the question or observation is worded just a little differently, it counts as a new contribution. What the fuck, rich people? Time is money, unless that time is being spent repeating things that have been established already. Worse are the endless reassurances. I don't want you to think I'm opposed because it's a fantastic idea you had to buy 10 crocodiles and set them loose in a school as a publicity stunt, but I just don't think it'll work for us. Why on earth do you people not just tell each other when your ideas suck? Why the self-esteem dance? You guys, you're allowed to have bad ideas and irrelevant points. It does not make you a terrible human being. Maybe you should just accept that, and then you don't have to cover any criticism, even the most gentle, in 5 minutes of apology. Maybe we could borrow some of your apology time for our work days, and then both of our problems would be solved. By the end of the meeting, which inevitably has run over by at least 20 minutes, nobody is entirely sure what's been accomplished. But everyone feels like their concerns were heard. I have come to the conclusion that business meetings are like group therapy for the wealthy. Everyone sits around looking at each other and waiting for it to be their turn to speak so that they can zone out for the remainder of the time they aren't allowed to leave the room. The meetings are what made me realize that you guys slack off at work too. It's just that you don't call it slacking off, and that you all have office doors to close so no one can see you playing solitaire or shopping online. So, rich people, now that we've established that your work ethic and approach to your job are not exactly unassailable, how about you get off your high horse about how we poor people do our jobs? Also, bullet, please stop equating our jobs. I'm not saying that you put in no effort, that you're not tired or overburdened or anything. I just think that we should delineate between jobs where you can pee at will and the ones where you can't. Bullet, for the love of God, please stop telling us that outrageous salaries are justified because some people are just worth that much. You guys can totally pretend that anyone can possibly justify earning thousands of dollars every minute. Just stop demanding that we pretend with you, that's all. You guys are super good at excluding us from conversations. Maybe make that one of them. Just let me know when you start gossiping and I'll rejoin the conversation. I bet someone got laid. Bullet, maybe you could hire us? I hear rich people complaining about being overworked. I hear poor people complaining about being unemployed. I feel like there's a solution here. You know, we work cheap, right? You could totally pay me $10 that one time to run your errands for you, or write that standard report. That's a pain because it's such rote work. We are highly trained at rote work.